All right, so you sent us this YouTube video.
Okay.
And it's got kind of a bold title, I'd say. 16 websites where rich or kind people literally give away free money from Odetta Rockhead Kerr. And, we're always trying to bring you the best resources for different needs.
Right.
And so I thought this would be a really good one to kind of dig into because there are so many different platforms out there now for crowdfunding.
Yeah.
And so we wanted to kind of pull out like the key details about how these different platforms work, what their nuances are, and, just to give you kind of an overview so that if you're in a situation where you need to get funding for something or, somebody who is, this could be a good starting point.
Absolutely. I mean, I was kind of surprised by the number of different places and kinds of places where you can actually go.
Yeah.
And Odetta's little intro to the video, she makes it very clear that she's not necessarily advocating for handouts, but, she's talking about legitimate needs and also, being strategic about using other people's money.
Yeah. She frames it in a very interesting way, I think.
Right.
I mean, she does say other people's money, but she's talking about things like self-improvement.
Right.
Maybe like covering medical bills or
like real needs.
Yeah, real need. Yeah, and it was very interesting to me how she framed it. And like you said, the variety was really interesting. So everything from medical bills to like launching a business idea to funding travel.
Yeah.
It's like, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just dive right in the first one.
Okay.
Is beggingmoney.com.
Begging money.
Begging money?
Yeah, that's pretty straightforward.
Straightforward, yeah.
So it's basically individuals who can create a page that clearly outlines their needs.
Yeah.
Or the cause they're trying to, get money for.
Right.
And then they basically ask the public for contributions.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what it is.
Yeah.
Pretty direct.
And the example she gives in the video is a single mom desperately needed help with bills.
Oh, okay.
So it's like really, kind of highlighting those immediate needs.
Yeah, those more personal needs.
Yeah. And so the way to get started on this platform is you visit the website, create a personal page, and then just describe honestly and clearly your situation. Okay, so next up is Indiegogo.
Indiegogo, okay.
Which is probably one that a lot of people have at least heard.
I've heard of that one.
Yeah. And so they're really a crowdfunding platform, but their focus is more on entrepreneurs.
Okay.
So it's to bring their ideas to life. And she says everything from innovative tech gadgets to, more traditional creative products like games and art projects.
Right. So more bringing a product or something to market.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So a little bit different than just like, I need help with my bills. Okay, so next up is Fondly.
Fondly.
And this is one that I hadn't actually heard of before.
Me neither.
And so they are really focusing on disaster relief memorials, funerals, clubs, communities, social educational needs. So a lot of different things.
A lot of different things under that umbrella.
Yeah. And so the way to get started on this one is you create an account.
Okay.
Describe the cause or project honestly with as much detail as possible. Set your budget, and then you can share with your network. Okay, so justgiving.com. So that .com on the end makes me think it's been around for a while.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
And so they are a global online social platform focused on giving.
Okay.
And they do fundraising for charities, but they also do personal causes.
Oh, okay. So a little bit of both.
Yeah, a little bit of both.
Okay.
And they highlight things like, she gave the example of relief for the Turkey earthquake.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Running half marathons.
Okay.
Buying a car.
Wow.
Or, special events.
Okay.
So a lot of variety there.
Yeah.
So Patreon.
Okay.
So this one is interesting because it's a little bit different.
Okay. How so?
Well, it's more for creators.
Okay.
So artists, musicians, writers, podcasters, content creators.
Okay.
And it's a way for them to monetize their work.
Okay.
By getting basically ongoing support from their audience.
Oh, okay. So like a subscription type basis.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And so for creators who are thinking about using this, she says, create a profile with offerings.
Okay.
Define membership tiers and rewards.
Okay.
And then really build a community of patrons.
Okay.
So it's really about creating value.
Yeah, providing value for people. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay, so go get funding.
Go get funding.
This is another one.
Okay.
So this one allows you to raise funds for personal plans, projects, events, or causes.
Okay.
So it's very broad.
Yeah.
And on their homepage, she showed, medical healing,
Okay.
volunteer travel.
Okay.
And then the way to get started on this one is create a fundraising page.
Okay.
Share your story, set a goal, and then promote it.
Okay.
Okay. Big List.
Big List.
This one's at biglist.com.
All right.
And this is a free platform for individuals to ask for donations online.
Okay.
And this one's interesting because they really focus on basic needs.
Okay.
So food, clothing, shelter, and education.
Gotcha.
And so the way to get started is create a post, describe your situation, and then specify the assistance required.
Mm-hmm.
So this could be cash or it could be like in-kind donations.
Oh, okay.
Like, somebody bringing you groceries.
Yeah.
And she also mentioned this for educational needs.
Oh, interesting.
So it could be for like tuition or something.
Right.
Okay, so fundable.
Fundable. Okay.
And this one is interesting.
Okay.
It's tailored for small businesses, startups, and large enterprises.
Right.
And so it allows entrepreneurs to raise funds from accredited investors
Okay.
and also customers.
Mm-hmm.
And so she gave this kind of funny example
Okay.
of somebody inventing a miracle brush
Okay. A miracle brush.
that straightens hair and has a styling spray built in.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And she's like, you could put that on there,
Mm-hmm.
and then you could offer a reward, which would be the product for customers. But then for investors, you could potentially offer them a profit share.
Oh, okay. So both.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so to get started, you create a profile, outline the idea, set your goal, and then share it.
Okay.
Okay. Next up is Fund My Travel.
Fund my travel. All right.
So that's pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Um,
What do they do?
well, they're all about raising money for travel.
Okay.
And so domestic or international.
Mm-hmm.
And it could be for leisure work, study, volunteering abroad, family emergencies.
Wow. Okay. A lot of different reasons.
Yeah, a lot of different things.
Yeah.
And she was actually really excited about this one.
Really?
She was like, this is so cool. People are having a lot of success on it.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, I mean, if you're thinking about traveling,
Yeah.
might be one to look into.
Okay.
Okay. Kickstarter.
Kickstarter.
So I'm sure a lot of people have heard of Kickstarter.
Yeah, that's a pretty popular one.
Yeah. So they're all about crowdfunding for creative projects.
Okay.
And there's like a ton of different categories.
Yeah.
Films, games, music, art, design, technology.
Mm-hmm.
And so the idea is, they're seeking funding for innovative ideas.
Okay.
And then they're offering tangible rewards or experiences to the backers.
Right.
And so it's not technically free, because you're getting something.
Right.
But she did make the point that if you're, creating something of value,
Yeah.
that you can then give back then, in a way, the initial money was free.
Yeah, like it helps you to create something.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they've got some pretty impressive stats.
Okay, like what?
241,000 projects funded, $7 billion raised, and 89 million pledges processed.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
So the way to get started is create your project page.
Okay.
Provide the details, set a funding goal, and then offer rewards.
Okay.
Okay, so crowdfunder.
Crowdfunder.
She said it's usually pronounced crowdfunder,
Right.
even though it's spelled with an R.
Yeah.
And so this one connects entrepreneurs with investors globally.
Okay.
So the fund business ventures.
All right.
And she said it was pretty easy to get started, and they had a really diverse amount of projects.
Okay.
Like kids' picture books, restaurants, food trucks.
Wow. Okay. So really wide range.
Yeah, wide range.
Yeah.
Okay, so next up is Ululi,
Ululi.
and she wasn't really sure how to pronounce this one.
Me neither.
She said Ululi, but we think it's Ululi.
Okay.
And so this one is a global crowdfunding platform that supports projects across tech, food, and more.
Okay.
And they're really for entrepreneurs, creators, and changemakers.
Okay.
And it allows you to showcase your project and seek funding from your existing community.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so Seed and Sparks.
Seed and Spark.
So this one is very specific to film and TV projects.
Oh, okay.
And so they provide resources and support for production, distribution, and marketing.
Wow. Okay.
And she says it's very easy to start a campaign.
Okay.
Create a page outline the film project, set your funding, engage with backers. And she said that they've had over $49 million raised.
On that platform, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, circle up.
Circle up.
So this one is all about helping consumer brands raise capital
Okay.
and to expand their market reach. And it's an opportunity to connect with accredited investors.
Okay.
So to get started, you visit the page, you create a profile,
Okay.
you share your brand story, outline your growth plan, and then engage with investors.
Okay.
Okay, Rocket Hub.
Rocket Hub.
So this one is for entrepreneurs, artists, and innovators
Right.
seeking funding for artistic ventures. Take ventures, community initiatives.
Okay.
So it's pretty broad.
Yeah.
And so you create a campaign page on rockethub.com.
Okay.
Okay, and now the last one is actually Odetta Rockhead Kerr's own initiative.
Oh, okay.
The Rockstar Grant.
Okay.
And so this is a grant that she's created based on the support of her channel. And she's actually awarded 6 grants already.
Wow.
And she said she's going to be putting out a video in July with the recipients.
Oh, cool.
And she said that the grant amount could be anywhere from $10,000 to $50,000 per month.
Per month? Wow.
Yeah. And it's really based on how many views her channel gets.
Oh, wow. Okay, so the more views she gets, the more she can give out.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. So, I mean, we went through a lot.
We did.
What would you say are some key takeaways?
Well, you know, she really emphasizes that you have to be sincere.
Yeah.
You know, you have to be honest.
Yeah.
And demonstrate a genuine need.
Yeah.
She also says there's no guarantee.
Right.
You know, you could put your stuff up there and not get any funding.
Yeah.
But
it takes work.
Yeah, and it takes a good pitch.
Yeah.
You know, like a really clear need.
Yeah.
You know,
gotta really sell it.
You gotta sell it, yeah.
And make it compelling to people.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, we covered quite a range here, from personal needs
to,
you know, fueling creative projects to supporting business ventures.
Yeah. It really is remarkable how many resources are out there.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, it really opens up a world of possibility for people who maybe need a little bit of